I'm Coyote Peterson, and this is an ocelot. Hi, buddy. Ah, jeez, bit me right in the face.
There's an old saying that things go bump in the night. And if you were out exploring the darkness of Costa Rica's most diverse region, the Osa Peninsula, those things that go bump also stalk stealthily in the shadows, just before they charge, pounce, and attack.
Whoa, that's a wild ocelot. And she's right here at my feet. Look at that. How cool is that?
Fortunately for me, in the encounter you were about to witness, I was about to become a playmate, and not an item, on the Rainforest Nightly menu.
Ready? Yeah. Okay, so let me tell you what we have going on here. This is really unique. We're out night herping, looking for reptiles and amphibians. Walking down the trail, I literally stop and I'm shining my light on this giant wolf spider, biggest wolf spider I've ever seen. And out of the darkness, I hear, and boom, an ocelot just zooms right past me. And let me see if I can get her back. She likes my snake stick. Wait for this. There she is. See that? She's gonna come right up here and, she's attacking my arm. Where are you? Come here. Up here. Come here. There she is. Look what I got in my hands. Look at that ocelot. Hey, buddy. Wow. And she is a lot heavier than you would think. Okay, can you stay here for the scene? We can play with the snake stick. She's gonna be all over the place while we're filming. This is a wild cat. However, she is used to humans. She hangs out on this trail. We were told if you walk this trail at night, there's a good chance that you will come across her. Let's see, what else do I maybe have for you to play with? Let's see what we got in my pack. I'm sure there's something in here that a little ocelot would love. Oh, yep, there we go. Took the pack off and now she's on my back. Maybe just the pack itself. Look at that. Oh yeah. We wrestle with the back? Wrestle with the back? Huh? Get it, get it. Look at that coloration. Now this cat blends so perfectly into its environment. All this cryptic patterning allows them to stay hidden in the shadows as they're moving through all of this foliage. Come here. You come here for a second. I'm just gonna hold on to you and take the risk of a bite, and a scratch. A paw to the face. A paw to the face. How about a little belly rub? Yeah, I hear you talking. You got that pack? Can you see her face? Oh, look at that. Now this is just like a big house cat. She's only about half grown right now, but look at, she weighs about 25 pounds. Oh, I see you. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, she's biting my ear. Oh, she's biting. Ow! Was that a kiss or a bite? Oh, you're so cute. You're so cute. You are. Don't go for my jugular, though. These cats are lethal once fully grown, and they can take down pretty much anything that's out here in the Costa Rican rainforest. All they have to do is run, leap, sink in those front claws, and then a bite to the jugular. And she's got a meal. Whew, that was crazy. Kissed by an ocelot. Where'd you go? There she is. And a pounce. Oh.
Oh, Mario.
Uh-oh.
Got the camera, man.
Now she has found the microphone.
No.
Mark, I think we need a new mic.
We just need one for ocelots to play with.
I knew it was a matter of time.
I was expecting creepy crawlies, not something as cute. Oh, as an ocelot. You gotta get that landing down, you know that? That's what she does. She's been leaping, come here, from log to log, and she literally launches over the log. Oh, well, let go, she says. Oh.
So Coyote, is this rare?
This is probably the most unique thing I have ever done with an animal. Yeah, she's got hold of me now. There, see, that's what she would want. She's going for the jugular, and hopefully she just doesn't bite me hard. Okay. All right, I'm keeping my eyes closed so I don't take a claw in the eyeball. That would be bad. Look at this.
So just so everybody knows, this is not a captive animal.
No, this is a wild ocelot. 100% wild right now. Now, I would never recommend you go out in the wild and ever try to get this close to an ocelot, because if it didn't want to play, it could really do some serious damage. And she is just loving me right now. You are just the most adorable thing I think I've ever met.
Your hat's all messed up.
Well, yeah, probably did a number on my hat, didn't you? Let's see.
Is this a kitten?
This is a kitten. She's probably only a few months old, and you can see those paws. Come here, let's take a look at your paws. You see those paws right there? I see, yeah, you try to whack me in the face with those paws. Those paws are how they climb so well through this rainforest ecosystem. Is she behind me right now?
Yeah, you're probably gonna get pounced.
I feel like when I make these sort of movements, that's when she pounces. And that's what they do. They creep up really slowly, staying hidden. And then they see a sudden movement like this. And they do that. A paw in the mouth. They go right for the neck or the head in this case. Jeez, I just got bit in the eye. And then they have their dinner. Ouch. Ooh, she's licking my ear. That feels weird. I've never had my ear licked before by an ocelot. First time for everything. Yep, ooh, that's good. She's training right there. She's going for the back of my neck. Hopefully she's not gonna inflict that death wound. Ow, 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 ow. Yeah, okay. All right, Guess you there? Ow, I see you. You're so playful. Now, if I was one of her litter mates, this is exactly how she'd be playing. You know, those claws are sharp. The teeth are sharp. I'm getting slight little itty-bitty punctures here and there, but nothing that I can't take. Not to be this close to such a cool rainforest creature. I'm Coyote Peterson. Be brave, stay wild. We'll see you on the next adventure.
I'm sure it's probably pretty hard to believe what you just witnessed. Coyote Peterson, palling around with a wild ocelot. But believe it or not, it's completely true. For nearly 3 hours, this curious cat followed the crew and I through the rainforest, as we observed and filmed her behaviorisms in a totally natural habitat. This sort of an encounter with a wild animal is something one can only dream of. And I feel incredibly fortunate to have shared these moments in time with one truly special cat.
Right now she's just playing with it. Batting at it. You see the crab's defensive posture there. He's got the pinchers out saying, yeah, yep. That's the lesson you learn. Get too close to a crab and you're gonna get pinched in the face. Look at her, she's like, ouch. And she's timid about it now. She's definitely hesitating. She's like, wow, that crab definitely packed a punch. There he is. Look at that, Osa. There she is. Now she's seen it again. The crab's looking at me like, dude, you're blowing my cover. This is a good opportunity for her to learn to hunt on her own. Oh, see, this is that moment where it's like, well, that's a pretty nasty pinch. Go on, you can do it. Eat the crab. Eat the crab, Osa. It's right here. She smells it. She knows it. You can see how hesitant she is now. Oh, she's coming in from behind. This is a smart play. The pinchers can't get you from right there. Oh, the crab's like, oh boy. Better spin around. She's looking at it. Now the crab, you can see the coloration there. It blends right in with the leaves. And at this point, he's tucking in his pinchers, thinking, all right, the predator no longer knows where I am. Oh, hey, there. He's laying down in the puddle now. Dude, he's right there. You gonna eat him or are you gonna make me do it? Yeah, you get him, not me. Look at this. All right, she's seen him again. The crab's mistake is that it moved. Oh, look at that. Look at that defensive posture. Here, I'll even show you. Watch, Osa. Like this. Watch, I'm gonna get pinched now. Yeah, no, yeah, it does hurt, doesn't it? Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. You better get him before he gets back there into the leaves. You want me to do it? Oh, I'm not gonna catch him for you. Right there, Osa. There you go. Be brave about it. Be brave, stay wild. Eat the crab. This ocelot. I'm not gonna eat the crab. She took one pinch from that crab and basically said, I think I'm gonna find my dinner somewhere else. And I agree, that crab just pinched my finger and it did not feel good. All right, Mr. Crab, looks like you're gonna live to pinch another day. See you later. I'm Coyote Peterson, and that right there, that's poison frog. Oh boy.
Living inside of each and every one of us is a call to adventure. Follow that call to Costa Rica, and it will likely lead you on a trail to the Osa Peninsula, where you are certain to make discoveries that will never be forgotten.
Is there something on my face?
Central America is one of the most biologically diverse locations on the planet, and if you know where to look, there's a chance you will encounter its most elusive amphibian species. A tiny, yet toxic creature that has always lived at the top of my animal wish list. However, finding one would not be simple, and this adventure would require the team and I to journey deep into the heart of the rainforest.
Oh, one thing that you don't realize until you're in the Costa Rican rainforest is just how sweltering it really is. Now we've scaled down the side of this ravine and made it to a creek bed, the
perfect place to search for amphibians. What I'm after are poison frogs. Let's head up this way and see what we can find. Getting into poison frog territory is only half the battle. The rainforest poses many challenges, but none more paralyzing for a camera team than a massive rainstorm.
Well, I guess this is why they call it a rainforest. It's really raining now.
For nearly 2 hours, we were forced to keep the cameras in protective bags, while our bodies soaked up the deluge of torrential rain. And while rain is bad for cameras, it's absolutely perfect for bringing amphibians out of their hiding spots.
You hear some?
Yeah. We got one right in here, right in here. I see him. Come up, Slug. Yes, right there. He's right there on the edge of that leaf. You see him?
Hold on.
Red and teal.
Yep.
That's it. Let me see if I can just get him to hop up onto my hand. There we go. Got him. Awesome. All right, now that we finally got one, let's get him out into the better light and get him up close to the cameras. Woo! Oh, how cool is this? Okay, take off my pack here. Finally, we have found a poison frog. Get ready. This is the granulated variety. Oh, come here, little guy. I'm gonna try to just get him to bounce on my hand there for a second so you can see him. Look at how adorable that little amphibian is. All right, I'm gonna get him under better control so that we can keep him here for this scene. Come here, little guy. Gently hold on to his back legs.
Man, that's awesome frog.
That is a cool frog right there. I'm pretty safe right now. I'm sure you're all watching this thinking to yourselves, oh boy, Coyote, here you go again, handling another dangerous animal. Trust me, I'm in no danger as long as I don't lick or eat this little tiny frog. This has to be the most brightly colored frog I think I've ever come across. Being from Ohio, I'm used to catching green frogs and bullfrogs. They're brown and green. And you look at this environment, a rainforest, and you think to yourself, how does this frog possibly camouflage itself? Well, it doesn't. It's actually doing exactly the opposite. This bright coloration is called aposematic coloration. It's actually a defense against predators because it warns them, if you eat me, I'm extremely toxic. Now, this specific species, the granulated poison frog, is not quite as toxic as some others. There are some species in South America that are so potent you could die within a matter of hours. Now, because this is an amphibian, it absorbs a lot of its moisture through its skin. So I'm constantly putting water on my hand from this creek and dribbling it onto the frog to keep his skin wet and my fingers wet. My fingers are actually also capable of extracting some of the moisture from this frog's body. The most important thing is to make sure I'm handling it gently and keeping this amphibian moist. Now, one really interesting feature about poison frogs that separates them from many other frog species is that they do not have webbing in between their toes. If you can see there, almost looks like the little toes of a gecko. And I don't know if we'll be able to see that with a macro shot, but they do have little sticky pads right on the tips of their fingers, which allow them to easily climb through the environment, on leaves, up and down logs. It allows them to hunt through the forest for their food. Now, what they're primarily feeding on is little ants, mites, and other invertebrates that have high concentrations of alkaloids. These alkaloids, once they're ingested into the frog's system, allow them to produce the toxins that make them poisonous. That's a pretty cool feature. Basically, the food that he's taking in is turning him into this super-powered toxic amphibian. Male poison frogs are incredibly territorial, and our wildlife biologist Mario managed to find himself in the right place at the right time to film an epic battle. This was a true clash of tiny giants, as the frogs went head-to-head with spin moves and body slams. This defensive behavior is rarely seen, and only a few have ever captured it on camera. The rivalry was intense, but only lasted for a brief moment, as the challenger was pinned belly up and finally driven off. With victory claimed, the king of this territory sat and croaked proudly upon his leafy throne.
Now, I would never recommend that you go out and actually pick up one of these poison frogs. Now, this species is not potent enough to kill a human, but if you had a cut on your finger and some of that toxin gets into your system, it will give you a nauseous stomach and you probably have to lay down for a couple hours. What a cool experience, getting to handle a beautiful yet toxic amphibian here in the Costa Rican rainforest. I'm Coyote Peterson. Be brave, stay wild. We'll see you on the next adventure.
Every time we film an episode of Breaking Trail, we are faced with unique challenges. And between the unforgiving terrain and onslaught of inclement weather, this episode specifically was one of the most difficult we have ever produced. Seems crazy that such a small creature like the poison frog would pose such a challenge. But in the end, this was one adventurous episode that was totally worth the effort.
I'm Coyote Peterson, and I'm about to go underneath a prickly pear cactus to have a face-to-face encounter with the only venomous lizard in the United States. I absolutely love my job. All right, this is gonna get interesting.
This morning we're in Tucson, Arizona, headed out into the heartland of Gila monster territory, the Sonoran Desert. We have been notified by a local rancher that one of these rare lizards has taken up residence on a hillside of his property. This morning we're in Tucson, Arizona, headed out onto a private ranch that is located in the Sonoran Desert. This environment is considered the heartland of Gila monster territory, and we've been told by the ranch owner that he always sees one of these lizards that lives in a den up on the hillside. Now this time of morning, just about an hour after sunrise, Gila monsters will come out of their dens into the eastern facing light and begin sunning. What I want to do is stay hunkered down and watch the den from a distance with binoculars.
I see him. He's out. And he's underneath the prickly pear cactus, which is gonna make it a little more challenging. All right, he's moving a little bit. Okay, this is gonna be our opportunity. A chance to go up this way. Mark, follow me.
Right there.
You see him? Okay, I'm right there. Look, you can see it perfect.
Yeah.
You see his tongue flicking out? Right there, look at his head right in the sunlight. What I want to do is carefully work my way behind the lizard, try to create a barrier between it and its den. All right, let's turn it back towards its den. Okay, I'm just gonna go.
Yep.
All right, there we go, there he is. All right, I got the den behind me at this point. Now what I'm gonna do is safely and gently grab a hold of him right behind his head so that I don't risk getting bit. All right, ready?
Yep.
Okay, got him. Yes! Look at him! Wow! Totally worth the stakeout. And that is the Gila monster, the only venomous lizard in the United States. These reptiles typically are not very aggressive. It is not very often that people are bitten by Gila monsters, and they say that only a fool who mishandles a Gila monster ever receives a bite. Now, what's really interesting about the tongue of the Gila monster is it's forked, just like a snake. They run that over what's called the Jacobson's organ on the top of the skull and the roof of the mouth. And that's like this Gila monster's little personal computer that's bringing in all sorts of chemicals from potential prey, predators, and its environment. The venom glands on this lizard are in the lower jaw. There's scales on the outside, and below that are 4 venom glands. When they actually find something that they're going to capture, bite, and envenomate, those teeth that they have are not like fangs. They're these long, kind of sharp, monster-looking teeth. And when they grab onto something, they gnaw and gnaw. And that gnawing works the venom into their saliva and then into their victim. Now, the scientific name of the Gila monster, Heloderma, means nail-studded skin. This lizard is absolutely built for this desert terrain. All these little bumps running down his back are actually little osteoderms, and osteoderms are little tiny pieces of bone covered in scale. Now, this guy pretty much has a bulletproof vest on his back. Gila monsters are incredibly intelligent reptiles. They will often follow the trail of a mammal and go right back to its burrow. Now, if that mammal has babies in the burrow, he's got lunch. If it doesn't have any babies, they will actually remember where that burrow is at and return several times until there's something in there to eat. And then, of course, they have their meal.
to be bitten by a Gila monster, it's going to be one of the most painful experiences you've ever gone through. And these Gila monsters will offer you is to actually submerge it into a bucket of water. Once it lets go, remember this is venomous, and you're going to want to get yourself to the hospital as soon as possible. The venom's not as potent as a rattlesnake, but I'll tell you what, they say it's about as painful as lava coursing through your veins. Man, what an encounter with the only venomous lizard that lives in the United States. One of my favorites. But I want to know what your favorite lizards are. Leave me your list in the comments section below. I'm Coyote Peterson. Be brave, stay wild. We'll see you on the next adventure. All right, I'm gonna put this guy up in the shade so that he can cool off back in his burrow, and we're gonna go get some ice cream. It's scorching out here. All right, buddy. Peterson, welcome to Dragon Tales. Wow, hey buddy, look at that. Yeah. April 18th right now. Last time you guys saw me, it was freezing cold out here. My ears were turning red, and I was dreaming about the monsters that live under the water here at Thoreau Lake. And now, as you can see, the birds are out singing, beautiful blue sky. It's warm, and it's time to get our hands on some prehistoric looking turtles. All great stories begin within the pages of a book, and this tale is no different. As a child, my introduction to the snapping turtle came through an old weathered book titled Men of the Mississippi. It was the story of a tiny turtle who spent his life traveling the length of the Mississippi River, eventually growing into an enormous, ancient-looking creature. A creature that to any child's imagination was without question a dragon. That's totally me right there. As a little kid catching small snapping turtles, putting them in little cans and keeping them for a couple days. Totally brings back some crazy memories. And this is perfectly representative of the turtles that live out here in Thoreau Lake, and a lot of the snapping turtles that I'm going to get you up close with on this first season of Dragon Tales. Min's epic voyage ignited a fire of curiosity in my mind, and I began researching tales of these enormous turtles. Hours were spent in the library reading old articles, examining aging photographs, absorbing the folklore, and daydreaming about one day having my own white whale encounter. There was no question, snapping turtles had me in the jaws of their legend. As a child, I caught many snapping turtles. But it wasn't until a few years ago when my education in video production gave me the chance to start putting my Dragon Tales in front of a camera. These videos are what led me to Breaking Trail.
I got it! It's a big turtle!
And it was your love for those animal encounters which has now given me the chance to follow my dream of creating Dragon Tales.
That is the common snapping turtle, and he is about the size of a dinosaur.
A series of adventures that follows a trail of mystery and folklore in the hopes of finding a world record snapping turtle. Every time that I come out into the environment, I like to just sit back and absorb it, take it all in. I'm the stranger here right now. I'm not a natural part of this ecosystem, but I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna get close with its animal life. So I like to just absorb myself in the moment, touch the water, feel the mud, become one with everything that I'm about to get into. And it's scary. You guys might wonder what it's like to get on a kayak and jump off into water that's over your head with a giant predatory reptile. It drives your nerves, that's for sure. A lot of adrenaline, and you just hope that the environment releases you when it's all done, because you can disappear underneath the water and the mud.
Welcome to Thoreau Lake, a thriving ecosystem set within Blendon Woods Metro Park, and the place where I've been researching a population of common snapping turtles for the past 5 years.
All right, so right now we're gonna take a little tour around the outside of Thoreau Lake. This is the largest body of water here at Blendon Woods Metro Park. And buried down in that water and that mud are some enormous snapping turtles.
In total, this body of water is refuge to over 30 of these mud dragons, and I adore each and every one of them. I love these turtles the way you might love your dog, your cat, or your children. I know it sounds odd, maybe even a little crazy, but these turtles are my inspiration for adventure. They are part of my being, and they define who I am. We are proud to call our Columbus Metro Parks home to some of the largest common snapping turtles on record in the United States. But none of them have garnered a celebrity following like that of Cornelius. That's right, he even has his own sign.
I think I see a big turtle.
People of all ages travel for miles to visit the viewing shelter at Blendon Woods. Binoculars in hand, they peer out across the water in anticipation, hoping to catch a glimpse of this ancient turtle as his massive shadow silently drifts beneath the surface.
I think I see Cornelius. He's huge!
Ask anyone you know, and I guarantee they have a snapping turtle story. It was as big as a truck tire. Its jaws broke a broomstick in half. It could have sunk my boat if it wanted to. The tails are grand, taller than the trees, and they deserve to be told.
I always have a good pair of binoculars with me whenever I come out here looking for turtles, because this allows me to see these turtles from quite a distance. You can't catch a snapping turtle if you can't sneak up on it, so what I'm looking for is just a little head or the nose sticking up out of the water. I can spot it with the binoculars, stay completely still, wait for that turtle to submerge back down, and then I go after it. Let's keep moving so that we can get up close with the turtle.
The footage you're about to witness is historic, in the sense that it is the first time I was ever filmed catching an animal, but more importantly, it is the first time that I ever encountered Cornelius.
That is a 50-pound snapping turtle. I'm going to try to bring it back in so we can get a better look at it.
It was a moment that I would never forget. No other turtle in Thoreau Lake challenges his massive size, bone-crushing power, and timeless wisdom, crowning him king in this muddy realm of dragons. It often takes me days of waiting and searching before I have an encounter, and even then he is nearly impossible to capture. His incredible strength and speed allow him to disappear in the murk like a phantom in the darkness.
Now the water is crystal clear. And this is absolutely perfect. And the reason that we look for snapping turtles in the spring is because the plant life hasn't yet grown in. Once those plants grow in, the turtles are incredibly difficult to find. And right now, without any plants on the surface, that's how we're gonna catch these guys.
In my many years catching snapping turtles, I've learned that the best way to land a dragon is by sneaking up on them in a kayak. Even that is a challenge, and it's all about being in the right place at exactly the right time, especially if I'm hoping to have an encounter with Cornelius. Once the plant life grows in, you can forget about it. At that point, he's nothing more than a myth. is, without question, the legendary turtle named Cornelius that lives here in Thoreau Lake. And he is an absolute dragon. Look at the size of that turtle. He is enormous. He is so big. He was sinking the boat. He pulled me out of the side of the boat. I lost the oar.
Nice.
And you cannot land a much bigger turtle than this. Hey, buddy. It makes me so happy to see that he is healthy and that he has made it through the winter with no problems. Look at the size of that snapping turtle. That is a massive, massive snapping turtle. Okay, wow. And that is the turtle that is my personal folklore legend. I caught this turtle for the first time 5 years ago, and he nearly brought me down in the sink mud. And here we are today showing him for you on Dragon Tales. This is one of the largest common snapping turtles on record in the United States. Look at the size of his head. It's about the size of a softball. You get your hand stuck in the mouth of a snapping turtle like this, you're not gonna be getting your hand back. Look at those claws. Cornelius, can we see your claws? His hand is as big as my hand, and he's got claws about the size of an eagle. And he is angry because he has just woken up for the year to get ready to hunt and look to continue his reign as the king of Thoreau Lake. And you don't get much larger than that for a common snapping turtle. Look at that. Ooh, yeah. Man, and I can always tell that this is Cornelius based on these large ridges that he has on the top of his eyes and this very distinct orange beak that you see up front here. Look at the length of the neck there. Now, a snapping turtle can reach about that far, so I know I'm at a safe distance, and I'm just trying to get him to want my hand in his mouth so that you guys can see this prehistoric looking neck. Yes, no biting, Cornelius, no biting. Nothing makes me more happy every spring than to come out here and catch Cornelius, to see that this incredibly prehistoric giant creature is living and thriving here in Thoreau Lake. It's really important that we get his measurements now to see where he lands on this season's top dragons. All right, hold on a second. I'm going to put him down. Watch your camera, back it up there just a little bit. He will go after you. Now, Cornelius may be over 50 pounds, so we're going to use the 100-pound scale at this point. All right, Cornelius, now the part that you really don't like. We're going to get into the bag. I know. He's done this several times. Now, I know he's not at his top weight right now because it is literally the beginning of spring. And as summer goes on and they eat more fish and more frogs, more snakes, more ducklings, more goslings, he will get bigger and bigger in weight. Right now, I'm guessing he's probably just under 50 pounds. So we're gonna play a little game that's called Dragon in a Bag. In you go there, buddy. I know. Walk it in. There we go. All right, here we go. I'm lifting up. All the way off the ground. Wow, there you have it. Cornelius is clocking in at 48 pounds right now. 48 is not bad though, considering he's just woken up from hibernation. I doubt if he's had much more than a couple of fish meals at this point, but he is an unbelievably healthy common snapping turtle and a true mud dragon. One of my best friends. I love you, buddy. I'm so glad that you are safe and sound after that long, grueling winter. Cornelius is the most amazing animal I have ever encountered. He is everything that fascinates me about nature. He defines who I am. He was my first white whale. I love the fact that I got to share him with you, and I hope you enjoyed his company, even if he was a little grumpy. On this first season of Dragon Tales, the crew and I will follow an initial round of stories, all sent to us by people who believe they have encountered their own version of the white whale. We will bring you their stories. We will travel in their footsteps. We will listen, look, and submerge ourselves in the belief that maybe their eyes have not deceived them. Maybe it is possible that giants do still exist, that dragons still slumber beneath the surface, that legends were born to be recognized. All right, so this is one of the top dragons you're gonna see this year on Dragon Tales, my personal folklore legend right here, Cornelius. I'm gonna head off across the eastern half of the United States and see if we can beat Cornelius's 48-pound record. All right, let's get him back in the water. For many years, I believed that Cornelius was the largest turtle in central Ohio, until I heard the rumors of a giant that was stalking the waters of Blacklick Woods, another metro park that was no more
than 30 minutes away.
I'm Coyote Peterson, and I'm about to free handle the most lethal scorpion species in the United States. All right, you ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Whew, that definitely gets your nerves going.
There's an old saying that things go bump in the night, which usually refers to anything mysterious and more often than not, frightening.
There it is, the desert millipede. 1,000 legs. Awesome.
Now imagine yourself out walking alone in the darkness of Arizona's Sonoran Desert. A wild place that comes alive in the dark with spiders, snakes, and the one creature that personally makes my skin crawl, the scorpion. Armed with a set of pinchers and a venom-injecting stinger, they are about as creepy as nature gets.
I love being out in the desert at night. The temperatures are so much cooler. Animals are moving all over the place. But it's a little creepy. I mean, I can see up ahead of us here with the flashlight, but as soon as these lights go off and the black lights come on, it becomes much more difficult to see anything other than the scorpions. Now, the black light is just what you need for finding scorpions because the UV actually causes them to illuminate a bright yellowish green. What we want to do is kind of comb the edges of the wash, get up into some rock piles, and see if we can get our hands on one of these creepy crawlies.
But what if I told you that these creatures, which most consider living nightmares, were actually more afraid of us than we should ever be of them? So tonight I'm going to prove that scorpions, despite being creepy, are not out there to get us, and in fact, really just want to be left alone.
There we go. Right there, right there. Wow, look how quick that is. That is definitely a striped-tailed scorpion.
The most common scorpion in the Sonoran Desert is the striped-tailed.
Got him.
Nice.
Ooh boy, that makes you nervous.
Back here toward the light.
Oh boy, okay. That takes a lot of nerve to pick up a scorpion that small. Now, the sting from this specific scorpion, the striped tail, is no more potent than that of a honeybee. But even still, this is not something that you ever want to go out and try to pick up like you just saw me do. But they're so quick that they run all over the place, and I kind of figured that the only way I could get him up close for the camera was to actually pick him up. Now, what's really difficult about handling a scorpion this small is that when I tailed it, I had to actually grab the knuckle that's right where the tail meets the vesicle. Now, the vesicle is what's holding all of the venom, and then of course they have a stinger right on the end. Let me see if I can get him to walk up on this rock here. All right, you got your shot? I'm gonna let go, ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
Don't get too close, but to identify this little arachnid, just look for a series of dark stripes on the tail. My favorite part of any scorpion encounter is always the release. And with one species down, our search continued into the night.
Giant desert hairy right here. Oh, look at the size of that one. Wow, that is a big scorpion. I'm just gonna tail him. These ones are a lot easier to tail than the little ones. Got him.
Awesome.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Now,
Nice.
this is the largest species of scorpion that we have in the United States and here in the Sonoran Desert. That is the giant desert hairy scorpion. And he also has his dinner in his mouth. Look at that, he's eating a moth. Now, the way to easily tell the giant desert hairy apart from the other scorpions here in the Sonoran Desert, aside from how large they are, is they have all of these little hairs. See all those little hairs on the vesicle around the stinger? That's why they call them hairy. Now, scorpions, like all arachnids, have 8 legs, and these ones up front here, the pedipalps with the pinchers on the end, that's actually just a modified set of legs that helps them hunt. Now, scorpions are perfectly designed for this environment, but they do have quite a few predators. Rodents will eat them, lizards will eat them, so a scorpion of this size is much easier for a predator to pick off than some of the smaller species. All right, let's get this guy back on his log so he can finish his moth dinner.
Of the nearly 1,500 scorpion species in the world, only around 25 have a sting that is potentially dangerous to humans. And in the United States, the only one that packs such a punch is the bark scorpion.
Right here. Ha! Look at that. There's a bark scorpion right on the underside of this branch.
You sure that's a bark?
I am 100% positive that's a bark scorpion. They have a very long tail, and extra long, skinny pinchers. You don't need a robust set of pinchers when you have a venom that's so toxic. All it takes is one sting and that prey is instantly doomed. Now, the other way that I can easily tell this is a bark scorpion is that this is the only species that likes to climb, and they actually practice what's called negative geotaxis, which is hanging upside down. And this scorpion, as you can see, is just perfectly balancing there, which means it can move on the top of this branch or the bottom of this branch regardless and catch its food. So if a moth comes in close, boom, he's gonna snatch out with those pinchers, inflict a lethal sting, and then he has his dinner. All right, now, scorpions are something that you would never, ever, ever want to handle, but what I'm gonna do now is gently get this guy onto my hand to prove that scorpions aren't out there just to sting you. If I handle this scorpion gently, I'm pretty confident that it's not gonna sting. But if I am tagged, this is going to be extremely painful. I'm Coyote Peterson, and I'm about to free handle the most lethal species of scorpion in the United States. Are you ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, there we go. That is the most venomous species of scorpion in the United States. And he's on my hand. All right, this makes me a little bit nervous. I want to see if I can get him to just sit still. Whew, that definitely gets your nerves going. Now, as long as I handle this creature gently and don't apply any pressure, I believe that I will be just fine. Scorpions sting people when they feel threatened. So let's say this species specifically, they love to hang upside down underneath things. It could be a piece of wood, it could be your lawn chair. You come outside and you grab onto that and you squeeze down on the scorpion. If it feels pressured, like it's going to get squashed, it's going to sting as a defense. As you can see right now, he doesn't have his tail or his stinger in a defensive position. He's just curious, he's looking around. He says, this is not a tree, this is different. And for me, this is also different and extremely nerve-wracking. But the reason that I'm doing this is to prove that these scorpions aren't just out there to sting you.
Now, how bad would it be if the scorpion were to sting you?
Okay, there he goes, he stopped. If this scorpion were to sting me right now, I would be in incredible pain for the next 48 hours. I don't know how my body would react to the venom. I could go into anaphylactic shock. Not likely, but at the very least, extreme pain for 48 hours, depending how far the venom spread into my arm. I could lose use in my arm for a couple of days. My tongue could swell up, I could foam at the mouth, cramps in the stomach, all sorts of bad stuff that you don't want to have to deal with. What I just want to do right now is stay as still as possible. The scorpion has found a spot where he feels comfortable, I feel comfortable, and as you can see, he doesn't feel agitated. I'm being as gentle as I can with him, and I must tell you right now, this is never, ever anything I recommend someone go out and try and do. This is the most venomous species of scorpion in the United States, and it is getting a little too close to the edge of my sleeve. Come on, buddy, come back up this way. All right, at this point, I think he's getting a little agitated, so what I want to do is get him back up into the tree so he can continue hunting. This has been one extreme experience with the most venomous species of scorpion in the United States. I'm Coyote Peterson. Be brave, stay wild. We'll see you on the next adventure.
Arizona is home to the only scorpion anti-venom program in North America, and they only administer treatment to around 100 people a year. What's even more incredible is that no scorpion-related deaths have been reported in Arizona for more than 40 years. So the next time you see a scorpion, remember, these arachnids are more afraid of us than we should ever be of them. As long as you give a scorpion space and respect, there's virtually no chance it's going to sting you.
I'm Coyote Peterson, and right now, I am face to face with the deadliest rattlesnake in the world. Dancing with a Mojave rattlesnake. This is one dangerous dance, my friends.
The heart of rattlesnake territory is truly Arizona, which is home to 13 different species, more than any other state.
Tonight we're out in the Sonoran Desert, and the temperature is absolutely perfect to find snakes. I got my snake hook ready. We're gonna head out there and see what we can find.
The rattlesnake specifically has taken an unbelievable amount of negative press.
Holy moly. Okay, don't get any closer.
Probably because if startled or provoked, they can inflict a very painful and potentially lethal venomous bite.
Check this out. This environment is absolutely perfect for finding snakes. You can see how dry and arid all this is. Oop, I just saw, look at that, you got some kangaroo rats running around over here. Now that is a great sign that you're gonna find snakes. Where there are rats, there are definitely going to be snakes. Okay, I got him. I'm gonna be as gentle as possible. I do have him by the scruff of his neck, which is okay to handle him like that. Look at that cute little bushy tail. How adorable is that? And these big hind feet, and that's how they move so quickly through the desert. Look, he's holding onto his toe right now. He's so scared. This is proof that not everything out there in the desert is covered in scales and stingers. You better be careful out there, buddy. If I can catch you, you better believe that a rattlesnake can. All right, I'm gonna let him go. You ready? Hang around in the vicinity of kangaroo rats long enough, and you are almost certain to come across a rattlesnake. Got a snake right here. Snake, snake, snake. Western Diamondback, come up slow.
I see his tail.
That is a Western Diamondback. Okay, he's rattling. Oh, wait a minute. That is not a Western Diamondback. That is a Mojave rattlesnake. This situation just went from dangerous to extremely dangerous. Okay, he's kind of tucked back in here by this barrel cactus. Mark, go ahead and come around on this side. Keep your distance back.
Got him.
That is the most venomous rattlesnake in the world right there. He's getting ready to go. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna try to work him up into this clearing here.
Over here.
Go ahead and come into this open area here. Oh, now he's rattling. Woo! Dancing with a Mojave rattlesnake. This is one dangerous dance, my friends. All right, now we've got him out in the open. Keep your distance, keep your distance. This is a very dangerous situation. We're now talking about the most venomous rattlesnake in the United States right here. Let me see if I can just get him to calm down. Holy cow. All right, my heart is racing. Mark, keep your distance right there. We've got the snake calm. You got an okay shot on him?
Yeah, decent.
These snakes can strike incredibly far. If I'm gonna keep them still if I can, they will actually lunge 2/3 of the length of their body. Now the way I was able to tell that this was a Mojave and not a Western Diamondback, they're so easy to confuse, is that the white banding on the tail, the white bands are thicker than the black bands. And you can kind of see, once the light is on him, he has a slight greenish tinge. Can you see that? Now, people often confuse this for Western Diamondback because you see the patterning on its back looks just like diamonds. They're a little more oval in shape. When I walked up on it, I thought, oh yes, sweet, a Western Diamondback, until I saw that tail and realized it's a Mojave. The most dangerous rattlesnake that's out here in the Sonoran Desert is just, it is nerve-wracking. Hold on, he's starting to move.
You can hear his rattle.
I can hear his rattle. He's just got a couple of little buttons. Now, he is not, you'll notice that he is not striking. This is good. Now, snakes do not want to use their venom. Striking and biting is definitely a last resort. Hold on, hold on. Want to do.
Oh, jeez.
Look out!
Talk about what just happened, how it had to
Okay,
move.
so just like that, the snake decided, okay, I'm gonna move. And he's getting a little agitated. They're so incredibly strong. And as soon as he decides, okay, I'm out of here, it's really, really difficult to get him to curl back up like this. See that? He's puffing up his body. He's getting ready to strike. Now, a snake will only strike if it feels like that's its last resort for escaping. There you go. There you go. Calm down. Stay calm. There you go, buddy. All right. My heart is going about 1 million miles a second right now.
That one made me nervous. He was like darting right at the camera.
Were you recording that whole time?
I tried to. I don't know. I might have turned it off.
All right. Mark, you can probably come around this way now, real slowly. Go slow, go slow. Go ahead, keep rolling. That's okay. Go very slow. He can sense that you guys are coming around his backside. Stay calm. Wow. Now, this is about as close as I want to get to this snake. Let's talk about its venom toxicity. Now, the Mojave rattlesnake has 2 different venom types depending on what region the snake is living in. I cannot tell, just looking at the snake, whether or not it has type A or type B venom. The type A venom is a much stronger neurotoxin. Type B is more hemotoxic. Either way, you get bitten by this snake, its venom load, off the charts. You get tagged by the snake, you want to get to the hospital immediately. Their venom has almost 10 times the toxicity of the Western Diamondback rattlesnake. Now, you guys have seen me capture the Eastern Diamondback, the Western Diamondback, sidewinders, and a lot of times I do head snakes and show you their fangs. This snake I just feel is far too dangerous to do that with. All rattlesnake species are potentially deadly, but because this is the most toxic rattlesnake in the world, I'm even more nervous. And the fact that I can't tell whether or not it has type A or type B venom really makes me want to just keep my distance from the snake. I don't want to try to handle it, don't want to head it. It commands respect, and that is exactly what we're going to give it. What an intense encounter, getting face to face with the most venomous rattlesnake in the world. I'm Coyote Peterson. Be brave, stay wild. We'll see you on the next adventure.
What you doing?
I was getting kind of cool shots of the wind in these coconut trees. I love that movie Castaway when Tom Hanks is like throwing the coconut at the rocks, and I kind of wonder if it's really that hard. Do you think I can climb up there?
I mean, maybe. It's a little windy. Are you afraid that you're gonna get like blown off the tree?
Nah, I'm like a cat climbing trees. I think I can do this. I already got this GoPro. All right, ready? I'm gonna climb it.
All right, go for it.
All right.
So, are you gonna get a green or a brown coconut?
I'm gonna try to get one of each.
Careful. Wow, you did it.
I got an iguana! Huh, it's an iguana!
Nice!
I put it in my pocket! I'm up in the tree!
Are you still gonna get a coconut?
Yeah! Look out!
Oh!
Oh man, we're full of water!
Yeah! Hold on, let me see if I can get it. Got it. I got it.
I get a brown one!
Oh.
Woo!
Okay.
Alright, coming down!
Alright.
Ah! That's rough on my coconuts! Ah! Holy cow! Look at this! I caught an iguana while getting coconuts! Come here, little guy! I'm speechless right now.
Alright.
Victory!
An iguana and 2 coconuts.
An iguana and 2 coconuts. All right, let's get out of the wind and figure out how to open these up. This morning, I climbed up a tree and got these 2 coconuts. I also caught an iguana, which was pretty cool because animals just make it into everything that we do. Now the brown one sounds like it has a lot of coconut milk in it, and the green one just sounds like it's solid. Now I've never opened up a coconut before, so this is new for me. I'm gonna go with the green one first. I'm gonna use my Slug seal pup and see if I can get into this thing without cutting off my finger. All right, you ready?
Alright, hold on a second. Have you done this before?
No, I've never opened a coconut before. I've also never climbed a palm tree to get a coconut, or climbed a palm tree to get a coconut and catch an iguana, so it's a first for everybody this morning.
Safe to say you're a coconut rookie.
Yes, I am a complete rookie, and I hope I don't cut my thumb off doing this. All right, you ready?
Alright.
Here we go. Oh, that's actually a lot softer than I thought it would be. It's kind of like a mango. One of my favorite movies is Castaway with Tom Hanks, and he just kept bashing those coconuts against the rocks, trying to get them open. I was like, really? Is it that hard to open up a coconut? I think that the brown ones are actually the ripe ones, so this may be a non-ripe coconut. Okay, I got this cut into several sections here. Let's see if I can. There we go. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Progress. Okay, show us what it looks like.
That smells like a pumpkin.
Really? Here, let me see it. I don't think you're supposed to eat that.
You're not.
Yuck.
I just want to see what it.
I could have told you that.
I just want to see what it tasted like. Not good. Now I think if I get this husk all the way off, then I can chop into the actual coconut fruit
there you go.
inside there. That is the coconut. Well, the good part of the coconut, right there. Eat your heart out, Tom Hanks. I'd say what, less than 5 minutes, and I got that thing pretty well husked down, huh? Wow, there it is.
Nice.
That is exactly what I was after. Okay, now we're gonna get into
Coconut number 2.
coconut number 2. I'm excited about this one. See if you can hear that. That one's full of coconut milk. Oh yeah, now we're getting somewhere. Oh wow. Oh, now that looks like a coconut. Tom Hanks, if you're watching this right now, you should have gone after the brown coconuts. Much easier to get into. There is the coconut. Wow. Oh, look at that. Okay, green coconut, brown coconut. Sounds like it's full of coconut milk. Sounds like a rock. Only thing left to do now is cut it into both of these and have some breakfast. All right, I'm gonna get into this one first and see if there's any coconut milk in there. Yes, look at that. There's the coconut meat right there.
Oh, nice.
Oh, we are in. I'm gonna give it a go here.
Yeah, drink it like Tom Hanks. Make sure you get it run down your face.
Ooh, it is pretty good. Ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good. All right, well, let's open up the brown one. Wow, that's refreshing. Oh, coconut breakfast. All right, here we go. Let's get into this one. You ready?
Yep.
It's okay. The green one, much tastier than the milk coming out of the brown one. Okay, now I want to get into the meat. Look at that. It's like gelatinous almost. All right, that is the meat of the green coconut. It has the consistency of raw fish. We're gonna give this a go. Don't really taste like anything.
Like nothing?
Have you ever had sushi from the grocery store that's like 4 days expired?
No.
That's what that tastes like, but not fishy.
You're eating
Just
the
like
wrong sushi, man.
ugh. Okay, green coconut meat, not so good. Green coconut milk, delicious. All right, now let's get into the brown coconut and see what this meat is like. All right, I'm gonna bust this open on the rock. You ready? 1, 2. Oh, now that looks like a coconut. You can see the difference in the thickness of the meat. This is definitely underdeveloped, where that looks like real coconut.
Eat that right there.
That looks delicious. All right, I'm gonna give this a go. You ready? Oh yeah. Oh, that is good coconut right there. Wow. Holy cow. Mark, give that a go, buddy.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's delicious. Mario, you want to try this?
Sure.
Here you go, buddy. Good. That's pretty good.
You know who else I think might want to try that?
Who's that?
Our new friend.
Oh, yes. Hey, Mario, where's Wilson at? Wilson! Hi, buddy. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed our first on-location segment. Climbing up a tree, catching an iguana, getting a green coconut and a brown coconut, opening them both up, trying the milk, and then, of course, trying the meat. What we've determined from this is that iguanas are awesome, this is Wilson, and that the green coconut has delicious milk, not so good on the meat. And the brown coconut, don't drink the milk, but eat the meat. You want some? I'm Coyote Peterson. Be brave. Stay wild. We'll see you on the next adventure. I named him Wilson because Tom Hanks named that volleyball Wilson in Castaway. I think that's the fitting name for this iguana. Don't ever leave me, Wilson. Don't ever leave. You're my best friend. Have a kiss. Wilson! No! Oh, Wilson! No! I'm sorry, Wilson! Oh, Tom Hanks. Oh, Ryan just opened up the gates. I think the cassowary's on its way out. Ooh, kind of nervous now.
All right.
Oh yeah, you don't really think about it until the dinosaur's actually coming towards you. Oh my gosh. It's big.
Is it bigger than you thought it would
It's a dinosaur. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Wait until you guys see this thing. Today I'm visiting Jungle Island, an interactive zoological park located on Watson Island in Miami, Florida, which is home to a plethora of animals from all around the world. And while most of my adventures take me off trail, today is truly unique because I will be getting face to face with the most dangerous bird on the planet, the cassowary. The one I will be working with on this episode is world famous for being extremely well-tempered around humans. However, that doesn't mean I can let my guard down, because this massive bird is armed with razor-sharp claws and a powerful kick, which contains enough force to inflict a fatal blow. Getting this close to a creature that's this prehistoric looking is pretty amazing. Look at how ancient looking that face is, and the coloration in the skin, the crest of the head. Wow, the crest is a lot bigger than I imagined it to be. And that's hollow, right?
It is hollow, yeah.
But it's still, it's real fibrous, right? Like she
very
just
fibrous, yeah.
ran me in the face with it, so I definitely have to be careful.
It's very similar in density to a beak.
Okay, so if she's running through the environment, she can kind of just keep her head down and break through all the underbrush.
Definitely. What they do is they stretch their neck out real long, which will extend a few feet in front of their body as they're running. That'll help push the branches away from her, the rest of her body as she runs. Now, I'm not sure if you noticed this, but if you look around the side here,
yeah,
you're gonna see these wings.
Yes, little tiny wings.
Yeah, and they have really stiff quills.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
It almost looks like a porcupine's quill. Look at the size of this bird's legs. Look at all the scales. This bird weighs about 130 pounds. That is a massive animal. This is the second largest species of bird in the world, second only to the ostrich. And they're incredibly fast.
They are
right?
extremely fast. They can run around 30 miles per hour through jungle underbrush.
Wow. And every little sound that we hear off screen here, her head immediately does this. And it's just like a velociraptor that you've seen in Jurassic Park, the head going like this, turning from side to side. It is so awesome to just watch this bird in action. I would say that the only thing this bird is missing is a tail. And if it had one, it really would be a dinosaur. Now, I would never be able to get this close to a cassowary in the wild, and they can be very, very aggressive towards humans. So it's very unique that I'm getting to be this close with this prehistoric looking creature today. I do want to try to stay as calm as I possibly can so that she also stays calm. You can see she's curious right now. She wants to know if I have anything in my hand, like an apple or some grapes. Hi, there you go. Look at the skin. You wouldn't expect a bird to have bright blue skin like that. It's so beautiful. And here's something you might not know, that the entire bird's body is blue. If I just fold back those feathers a tiny bit, look at that. Blue all the way through. Their feathers are incredibly coarse. These ones on the outside here almost feel like horse hairs, and then underneath, she's really soft and downy. When you look at the feet of this bird, look at those scales and look at the claws. It looks just like the foot of a velociraptor. And that claw on the inside edge of the foot, razor sharp. Now, if this bird was out in the wild, it would actually be a couple inches longer and sickle-shaped, just like a raptor. Now, these birds are capable of jumping almost 6 feet in the air, and I can't even imagine how terrifying it would be to be out there in the jungle, have one of these cut through the underbrush, run at you, leap, and you take one of those claws to the face. And when you look down the length of that beak and into those eyes, you transcend back 65 million years into the past, and you feel as if you were looking straight at a dinosaur. Wow. That is intimidating right there. I'm Coyote Peterson. Be brave. Stay wild. We'll see you on the next adventure. The southern cassowary is considered to be the most dangerous bird in the world, and the only reason I was able to interact with this one is because it was raised in captivity. Unfortunately, these omnivorous creatures are endangered in their native lands of Australia and Papua New Guinea, so the chance to get up close with this clever girl was an opportunity I wasn't about to pass up. I'm Coyote Peterson. That's a cassowary, and today, I'm gonna challenge it to an apple eating contest. So this morning what I'm gonna do is challenge this cassowary to an apple eating contest. I really love apples, and this cassowary really loves apples. It's pretty cool to have something in common with a living dinosaur. I'm pretty sure though that I'm gonna be able to eat an apple faster than this bird. She doesn't even have hands to hold onto it with.
All right, you ready for this?
Yeah, give me a countdown.
All right, now you gotta eat all the way to the core.
All the way to the core. Not eating the seeds though.
No.
Okay.
Just the core, just the core. Ready?
To the core.
You gotta do this fast, because I've heard that this cassowary it's like lightning.
It's not gonna beat me.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh wow!
Do it,
This one is extremely juicy!
do it, do it. Come on, you gotta finish it, down to the core, down to the core. I've seen chipmunks eat faster apples. Come on, let's go. All right, you gotta swallow it though. You gotta swallow it. How's that taste?
Well, listen! You're never gonna beat me, cassowary! You're never gonna beat me!
Come on, gotta swallow it. Every second counts. Come on, come on, come on. All right.
Done! Look at that!
53 seconds.
Top that, cassowary! How you like them apples? Woo! I've eaten apples fast before, but under the pressure of having to defeat this cassowary, I had to go extra fast. I think I've got this bird topped. She doesn't even have hands. I don't know how she's possibly gonna beat me in under 60 seconds, but I guess we'll see what happens. All right, Ryan, is Mama
right.
Cassowary ready for her apple?
I think we're ready for the apple.
All right, counting down. 3, 2, 1. That cassowary just swallowed that apple whole. I didn't see that coming. She didn't even chew it.
I think she won.
Whoa, did you guys just see that?
I'm gonna say that was 3 seconds.
That cassowary literally just swallowed that apple whole. I almost have to see that again to believe it. Let's replay that, replay that.
Did you guys just see that? I didn't see that coming. Did you guys see that? Wow.
There you have it. I was just completely demolished in the apple eating contest by the cassowary. I'm Coyote Peterson. Be brave. Stay wild. I better practice eating my apples. We'll see on the next adventure. I'm Coyote Peterson. This is Mario Aldecoa. One of these two reptiles is an alligator, and the other is a crocodile. Do you know which is which? Stay tuned, because we're about to show you. Okay, so what I have in my hands right here, this is the American alligator.
And what I have in my hands is the American crocodile.
And right now we're in South Florida, and what's really awesome about this location is that this is the only place in the world where these two reptiles' territories overlap. However, catching these two animals was far easier said than done. Let's take a look at last night's catches. There's something right here.
Where is it? Hold on,
Right
I don't
there,
see it.
right
I
in
don't
front
see
of
it.
you.
Stay right there. Let me see if I can get closer. I got a shot on him, so if you want to go for it.
I got it. 1, 2, 3.
I got it. Nice.
I got it.
Woo! Great grab. Woo! All right.
Yes.
Wow. Well, that right there is the first piece of the puzzle, the American crocodile. Now we just need to find an American alligator. Got an alligator right there.
Oh yeah.
All right, full weight going into this. This is one of those things you don't think about it, you just do it. Ready?
Yep.
1, 2. Got him. Got him. Woo! Woo! Just barely got right behind his neck. Watch your fingers. Here we go. Bringing him up. Wow. There it is. All right, now we got to get the American crocodile up close with this American alligator. Oh man, this is awesome. Look at those teeth. Man, those are some pretty epic catches last night, weren't they?
Yeah, I mean, how cool was it to catch an alligator and a crocodile in the same night?
certainly a first for me. Now, this is great because it's giving us the opportunity to answer a question that a lot of people write in and ask me, sure they also ask you, what's the difference between an alligator and a crocodile? Most people look at a reptile like this and think, oh, it's one and the same, but not really. Once you get them up next to each other, you can really see that they're pretty different looking. Now, obviously these are both reptiles, both crocodilians, and both have been on the planet for what, over 200 million years?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Their lineage is prehistoric.
So we're pretty much looking at dinosaurs here.
Oh yeah.
All right, so first let's look at the differences in snout structure, because this is probably a really easy way to identify these animals in the wild, correct?
Yeah, that's how I identify them. It's very easy. Crocodiles have a pointed, narrow snout. Alligators have a broad, round snout.
Yeah, look how broad that snout is, and that has to do with the type of food that they're eating.
Absolutely, yeah. Crocodiles are more coastal habitats, so they're gonna be eating fish, and they want skinnier jaws to potentially thrash around and grab the fish.
Right, and I can see that with the tooth structure. Those look like little shears. I look at the alligator, and of course we know that alligators are opportunistic. Raccoons, deer, pretty much anything that comes across these jaws, and they have big, broad jaws for crushing their food, pretty much. They crush and swallow things whole. Now, one other similarity that all crocodilians have is a nictitating membrane, and that's really cool. This is kind of like a built-in set of goggles for when you're underwater hunting. Now, let's talk about the color of these reptiles, because that is also very distinct. You'll notice that the alligator is very dark in coloration, almost black, and I would imagine that this helps to stay camouflaged in dark, murky water, as well as probably being able to help it absorb sun. As we know, reptiles are ectotherms, meaning that they need the sun to heat up their bodies so that they can go out and be active. The crocodile, however, is much lighter in coloration. Why is that?
Because of its environment. So these guys live in coastal habitats, and they're gonna blend in right with the sand.
Yeah, you'll notice that just this coloration in the scutes and the scale pattern does almost look like sand. I mean, an alligator like this, if it was in a dark, murky swamp, you could look straight down at it and not even see that it's there. Obviously, it helps it catch its prey once it comes up to the shore, and boom, they lunge out of the water to grab something.
Another difference, take a look at all the scales on the croc and the alligator, especially around the tail. So these are what we call scutes. And if you see, the crocodile has really pronounced scutes, they're longer. The alligator has shorter ones. And those scutes help them propel better through the water.
Yeah, you can see that the alligator's tail is much more knobby in design, whereas the crocodile's tail, how about that for an explosion of power? Yeah, you really need to keep your hands locked on the neck of the alligator and its jaws so that he doesn't get my fingers in his mouth. But you could maybe see right there just how their tail can quickly whip around, and that is all muscle.
This kind of leads to a really common question I get as well, and that is in their temperament. Crocodiles tend to have a very bad reputation. They are considered more dangerous than alligators. But that's not true here in Florida at all. American crocs are actually really shy animals. Alligators are a little bit more bold here in Florida because they're more common, and sometimes they're found in more residential areas.
Right, so they're kind of accustomed to being around humans. But even still, in both of these instances, these animals are not out there looking to actually eat humans. Oftentimes, I know when it's an alligator attack, it's mistaken identity. Somebody that's swimming in the water, dark water specifically, you're thrashing around, you're gonna seem like a wounded animal or a fish, and as an opportunistic feeder, and the alligator's gonna go after you.
Correct.
Now, aside from the physical differences between these two crocodilians, there is something that you need to know that you can't physically see. The American crocodile is actually considered endangered here in South Florida, while the American alligator is just protected. Far more likely to come across one of these beasts than you are a crocodile. If you're out there in the wild and you see a slender snout, consider yourself lucky, because it's probably a once in a lifetime. I'm Coyote Peterson. Be brave. Stay wild. We'll see you on the next adventure. You ready to let these two crocodilians go?
Let's do it.
See you later, alligator.
In a while, crocodile.
I'm Coyote Peterson. This is a mound of fire ants. I think we all know where this is headed. Oh boy, here we go. Holy cow, that's a lot of stings already. Ah! All right, guys. So when I was in Arizona, you saw me put my hands into a mound of harvester ants, a species that both bites and stings. I lasted 60 seconds and took a lot of venom. Ah! Yep, getting stung already. Ah! Ah! Ah, they're all over my hands now, look at that. Today I'm in South Florida, and right in front of me is a giant mound of fire ants. I'm sure you're looking at this pile of dirt thinking to yourselves,
is that really an anthill? Looks like no one's home. I promise you, there are thousands of these fiery little ants beneath the surface. And the second that my hands disturb this dirt, I'm going to be swarmed by these ornery little insects. Am I excited about this? Not really. Am I curious as to what's gonna happen? Of course, and I know you guys are too. I think at this point, I am ready to enter the strike zone with the fire ant. The red imported fire ant is native to South America, yet they have established populations in several places across the United States, including Florida. What makes these insects so dangerous is that their mounds camouflage into the environment, resembling nothing more than a pile of dirt. Stumble into one, and before you even realize what you have done, you are caught in the swarm. Now, just like the harvester ant, the fire ant can bite and it can also sting. And they say that the sting of a fire ant feels like putting your hands into a ring of fire. Now, before I actually go through with this, here's a little something we all should know. The sting of this ant species possesses an alkaloid venom known as solnopsin, which exhibits a potent necrotoxic reaction in anyone who is stung. This not only causes searing pain, but also causes the sting zones to swell and form unsightly white pustulates in as little as 12 hours. In short, this is one nasty sting, and boy am I about to get my fair share of them. You build yourself up for these moments, and then you second guess yourself. We've done a couple of practice dry runs at it, just as a rehearsal as to where I'm gonna put my hands. When they go in there, I'm gonna be able to do this one time. I'm gonna try to keep my hands in there for 60 seconds. Heart is racing right now. Hopefully my body reacts okay to the venom. Don't wanna go into anaphylactic shock or anything. I did okay with the harvester ants, so I think I'm gonna be okay. All right, here we go. You ready? All right, go get in position. I'll be there in a second.
All right, man.
Never, under any circumstances, try to replicate what you are about to witness in this video. I'm Coyote Peterson, and I'm about to enter the strike zone with the fire ant. You guys ready? Your shot good?
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Holy cow. Ow, 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 oh! Holy cow, that's a lot of stings already. Okay, I'm gonna have to take my hands out pretty quickly, guys.
Good, man.
So much worse than the harvester ants.
Got it. 30 seconds.
I gotta stop.
You all right? Yeah, look up at me, man. How are you? Tell me what you're feeling.
A lot of pain. Oh, they're still on me. My hands are on fire right now. It is worse than the harvester ant, there's no question about it.
What's going through your mind right now?
My hands feel like they're swelling right now. I feel like I'm still getting stung. Be one with the pain. Be one with the pain. Look at my veins are all swelling up. When a mound of fire ants is disturbed, thousands of them instantly swarm the invader. The attack comes from all sides, and as the ants bite and hold on with their mandibles, they use a stinger in their abdomen to inject the venom.
Man, that burns!
I was hoping to last 60 seconds. However, my pain tolerance finally gave out, as my brain was screaming, "Get your hands out of that ant mound." All right, so it's been about 5 minutes since I had my hands in the ant mound. As you can see, they're starting to swell up. There's a bunch of little white lumps all over them. It's actually not too bad at this point. It hurts less than it does itch. I really want to itch my hands right now, and I know that I shouldn't, because if I do, it's only going to make it worse. Now, if you want to know the answer of which is worse, the harvester ant or the fire ant, I think the pain was worse with the harvester ant, but obviously the swarm was more impressive with the fire ant.
This is much worse than the harvester ants.
The moment those ants were covering my hands, I was immediately getting stung over and over and over again, and it did feel like putting my hands into a ring of fire.
Holy cow.
I think no matter what, at the end of the day, the lesson that we're all taking away from this is that if you're out in nature and you're exploring,
always do your best to avoid any and all ant mounds. I'm Coyote Peterson. Be brave. Stay wild. We'll see you on the next adventure. In total, I sustained over 300 stings, and for over a week, I suffered through incredible discomfort, which included flashes of pain and continuous itching. It took over 30 days for the pustulates to completely diminish, and they left behind a trail of scars that today serve as a constant reminder of why you never want to tangle with fire ants. Nearly all ant attacks happen on humans by accident. Pay attention to where you step or sit, and you hopefully will not end up looking like me. I'm Coyote Peterson. I might look a little nervous, and that's because there's an eyelash viper right above my head. They're venomous, and I'm gonna get them out of that tree. This might get a little dicey. The endless beauty of Costa Rica is almost impossible to describe in words. And if you travel southwest to the Osa Peninsula, you will find yourself exploring one of the most biologically diverse regions of the country. The terrain is rough and rugged, from arid grasslands and beautiful vistas to winding canyons and dense forests.
Well, I guess this is why they call it a rainforest. It's really raining now.
If you can patiently sweat out the staggering daytime heat, the environments will eventually grow dark. And when they do, you will soon find that they are alive with animals.
Whoa.
Wow, look at the size of that wolf spider.
That's big. Put your hand next to it so we can see how big it is. Whoa.
That is huge.
A lot bigger than they are in Ohio.
Yeah, you don't want to find that one in your bedroom. All right, let's keep looking. With all that rain that moved through, there's just so much wildlife out right now.
Hold on a second. We're going on this tree.
Oh, got a snake right here.
Whoa.
Yes, look at that. You know what that is? That is an eyelash viper.
Nice.
And that's the yellow face. That is one that I've always wanted to find out here in the rainforest.
That snake is gorgeous.
Oh, this is so awesome.
It's venomous, right?
Yeah, this is venomous. This is a pit viper. Not real aggressive, but not gonna take any chances. All right, I'm gonna get it out of the tree here and down here in a more controlled situation. Nice. Look at that. Oh, how beautiful is that snake? Okay, let's try and get back up into the tree. I want it to gently curl around my snake stick. There we are. Yes. This is not a snake that you want to strike at you. Look at that. How gorgeous is that snake? I'll take a real good close look at that head. See those little modified scales above the eyes there? That is why they are called eyelash vipers. Now, as long as I make slow, calm movements, the snake should just remain calm. They are not real aggressive, but they are venomous, and I do not want to be bitten by this snake. And you notice how brightly colored the snake is, and you're probably thinking to yourself, well, how the heck does this guy stay camouflaged out here? But he also has all that black and orange speckling. It's kind of tough to see, but anytime that there's variations in the plants and the leaves and any flowers that are out here actually helps him to stay perfectly hidden from potential predators, and of course, to let him stay there in ambush as he hunts for prey. Most of the time you'll find snakes like this in banana trees, and of course they would blend in perfectly there. And this is an ambush predator, and they will just sit there and lie in wait for any small little animal to come along. Could be a lizard, could be a frog. They are opportunistic. If they can wait for it and strike it with those fangs, oh, I know, no sudden movements, then they can get themselves a meal. And you can see right up front there, those two heat-sensing pits. This is a pit viper, and he's just flicking that tongue out. He senses us all right here, saying, oh, all these heat signatures, these are not potential prey items, but they could be predators. So he's probably a little nervous at the moment. He's not the only one. And look how well he's able to slither over the snake stick, despite the fact that it's very smooth and slippery. The snake has incredible balance. You can see he's using his entire body to hold on. Look at those eyes. When they stare at you that close, it almost seems like you're looking right at a dragon. I think he wants to go up on my hat.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
Probably not. Probably not. Let's bring you back this way.
Man.
That's a risky little game right there. And you'll notice how strikingly beautiful this snake is. And it just popped right out of the trees when my flashlight hit it. I got so excited, I was just like, it's an eyelash viper, and it's a yellow one. This is the one I've always wanted to see.
You just absolutely have to appreciate any moment when you can get up close with an animal that is this beautiful. I'm Coyote Peterson. Be brave, stay wild. We'll see you on the next adventure.
Of all the snakes that call Costa Rica home, nothing is more iconic than the golden face of the eyelash viper. With its mysterious-looking eyes and ancient dragon appearance, this snake has fascinated mankind since its discovery. We were able to observe and film this reptile in its natural environment for almost an hour, before it finally decided to ascend back into the treetops, truly making this one of the greatest snake encounters we have ever captured on camera.
Yeah! Oh, you got one? Come on, come on, come on.
Right over here, guys. It's huge.
Oh my gosh, look at the size of that thing! Wow! Can I pick it up?
You can.
Whoa, look at that.
Whoa.
All right, here we go. Oh my gosh, is it slimy! If there is one ecosystem on the planet that is constantly changing, it has to be the tide pools. With every single rising and falling of the tide, new waves crash upon the rocks and alter the placement of plants and animals. Along the coast of California, there are a slew of creatures that you can find, if you know exactly where to look.
Got a little striped crab right here. Oh, got it. There's definitely no shortage of crabs out here in these tide pools.
However, navigating this terrain can be difficult because most of the rocks are wet and slippery.
One of the toughest things so far for me in filming beyond the tide has been the terrain. I'm used to swamps and deserts. Everything here is rocky and slippery. It's all covered in a layer of, I guess it's some sort of algae, and using a lot of eye-foot coordination because I'm looking for creatures, and every step I take, your foot might slip off of something, and these rocks are extremely jagged. Really easy to get hurt out here, and I'm sure for you, Mark, it's even more difficult. Right now you're balancing on these rocks just trying to get the shots.
Yep.
Sure, everybody at home. It isn't easy, is it?
Nope.
All right, well, let's keep going this way and see what we can find. Watch your footing. Oh, yep, see, there you go.
I'm usually pretty good at finding animals in the field, but sometimes a wildlife expert joins us to help locate the species that can be very difficult to find. Today I am back out with tide pool expert Aaron Sanchez, who has been exploring these Southern California pools his entire life. And our goal is to locate a giant sea slug.
All right, Aaron, so we're here at the tide pools, and we're looking for slugs. What should I be keeping my eye out for?
Well, Cody, these slugs are going to be pretty hard to miss. They're actually the largest sea slug on the planet. They come to these rocky shores here to mate and lay their eggs.
Okay, now when you say the largest, do you mean like 5 to 6 inches in length, or are we talking bigger?
We're talking probably almost a little bit less than 3 feet.
A 3-foot slug? So it's gonna be pretty hard to miss.
Yeah.
All right, let's start searching.
The search was on, and I was confident that I could come across one of these giants. I mean, if they're as big as Aaron says they are, spotting one should be simple, right?
Hi, we've been searching for about 45 minutes now through all these layered rocks. I don't know, Aaron said it was gonna be easy. Nothing yet.
We continued to search over jagged outcrops, in crevices, through knee-deep pools, and even under rocks.
I'd say the odds of finding one of these slugs are slim to none.
Tide's really coming in.
Yeah, it's coming in big time, and all I've seen is crabs, crabs, crabs. Hermit crabs, striped crabs, purple shore crabs. No giant slugs.
With the tide starting to come back in, it was looking like our search for the giant sea slug was coming to an end. But if anyone knows how to find a sea creature, it's definitely Aaron.
Searching, searching. No big slugs. Yeah! Oh, you got one? Come on, come on, come on.
Right over here, guys. It's huge.
Oh my gosh, look at the size of that thing! Wow! Dude! Yes! Well, that was one heck of a search. And there it is. Can I pick it up?
You can. It's totally safe.
And it's not gonna ink me.
Might be a little slimy, but that's it.
Whoa, look at that.
Whoa.
All right, here we go. Oh my gosh, is it slimy. Oh, look at that slug. Oh my gosh, it is heavy. Jeez, this thing must be about almost 10 pounds, I would guess.
Is that a big one, Aaron? Oh, it's a pretty good size, yeah. It's one of the bigger ones I've seen.
Wow. I'm gonna let it stretch out on my arm, see if we can get it to fully elongate itself. Oh my gosh, it is so slimy. All right, now tell us about this slug, Aaron.
Well, Coyote, what he's wrapping around your arm right now is actually his muscular foot. He uses that to get around.
I can feel him gripping onto my arm. I mean, I can feel him actually like wrapping around me, and I can feel his little tongue under there. He can't bite, right?
No, these guys are vegetarians. They mostly eat algae and kelp.
And it does have an internal shell, correct, where it has all of its organs?
It does have an internal shell. It's kind of soft and made of protein.
Okay.
And that is actually what these extensions of its foot, called parapodia, are protecting.
I can see why there's no way you would miss stumbling upon one of these. I have to admit, I was just over there talking to Mark. I literally said, I'm really doubting our chances of finding one of these slugs. All we've seen all day is crabs and smaller little brown sea hares.
Which, by the way, we should grab one of those. Is there one over here? Let's see them next to each other.
Yeah. All right, you got one of those brown sea hares? Okay, so this is cool, showing the comparison of the giant black sea slug next to the much smaller brown sea slug. And they're both called sea hares, because as you can see, those tentacles sticking up in the air in the front of the head look like rabbit's ears.
I thought the brown sea hare was big.
Yeah, seriously, there is no mistaking the difference between these two species. Wow, that thing is absolutely massive. It weighs about 10 pounds, and fully stretched out, it's about 2 feet in length. That is crazy, and it is so unbelievably slippery. It's actually really hard to hold on to it, and my hands and arms right now are covered in a slippery mucus. Now, are they toxic in any way?
No, they're not.
Okay, so I'm in no danger right now. So they don't bite, they're not toxic, they're just slimy and alien looking. So how do these defend themselves against predators?
Well, you know, these guys don't have as many predators as the California sea hare, probably due to their size.
Okay.
So they would generally just kind of stick to where they are, and they're going to be pretty well hidden in these rocks.
I can't even imagine what would want to try to eat this. And it's just so amazing how big this slug is. When you said to me, yeah, we're going to go out, we're going to catch a giant slug, I honestly didn't believe you when you said they could grow to be about 2 feet in length. And until I actually had this animal in my hand, really on my arm, I didn't believe it. This is absolutely amazing. Well, Aaron, thank you so much for having us out today to explore the tide pools here in San Pedro. I think there's no question about it. This is one big black slug. I'm Coyote Peterson. Be brave. Stay wild. We'll see you on the next adventure.
We gently placed these two slimy slugs back into their respective pools and watched as they slowly returned to the wild. I think it's fair to say that these creatures are as primordial as it gets. And while they may be incredibly bizarre looking, they are an important part of the tide pool ecosystem.
Where? Wow. Oh my gosh. I'm just sitting here. I see two shapes. I thought it was dogs out there swimming. It's a male and a female moose.
Mario, get the 600 lens.
Got it. I think we can get shots from the canoe. Get down to the canoe. Let's see if we can kayak out there. It's yours.
Go.
So right now there are two moose headed across the lake. We're gonna try to canoe out there and get some shots. Okay, undo the canoe. Oh, this is crazy. So Mario's up there, he's gonna set up the 600 lens, try to get some close shots. We're gonna head out there and see how close we can get. Man, this is gonna be awesome. Oh, got him. I'll go up front. Austin, you stay in the back.
They say that Alaska is the last true frontier in North America, and if you've ever had the chance to step foot along its rivers, explore its vast forests, or encounter its majestic wildlife, then you certainly understand the truth in that statement.
One thing about tracking wolverines is there's always a good chance you're also going to find the grizzlies. And these tracks right here are probably only about 10 minutes old, and that means the bear is just ahead of us.
Haines, Alaska, located on the southern edge of the state, is what most consider to be a gateway to the true north. It's a very difficult location to film, so for the Brave Wilderness crew and I, this was lining up to be one of our wildest adventures yet. And on just our second day, we had an encounter with one of the most iconic species in Alaska.
Coyote, what are we doing?
We are rowing as fast as we can out on a Mosquito Lake to try to film two moose that are swimming across it.
So are moose good swimmers?
Yes, very good swimmers. Very good swimmers who you want to get close, but not too close because they could flip us out of the canoe.
You definitely want to stay a safe distance from them, not to startle them, but close enough to get some cool shots.
The Alaska moose is considered to be the largest subspecies of moose in North America, with males tipping the scales close to 1,600 pounds and females weighing just over 1,000 pounds. They can be found all across the state, and it is estimated that there are over 200,000 of them in the wild.
We were told by the people that own the cabins we're staying in that they frequently see moose swimming across this body of water. We got home tonight from shooting, coyote spots, 2 heads swimming across the lake. Sure enough, we're trying to get as close as we can to these moose so we can show you what they look like.
200 yards in closing.
All right, one of them is definitely a male. I think we got a male and female couple here. All right, I got my first shot on them. There they are.
Moose typically do not have social bonds with one another unless they are siblings under the age of 1 year. So it is likely that these 2 juveniles are brother and sister.
Okay.
So we got
real slow moving up.
We got a male moose on the left that has velvet.
Okay, he's definitely spotted us.
Yeah, they're looking right at us and they're feeding.
And while males can be territorial during mating season, and females if they are still weaning their calves, in most cases, moose can be safely observed and admired from a safe distance of around 100 yards.
This is like the perfect opportunity to get close to a moose. Is this probably the safest way to do this?
This would be the safest way to get close to moose because they can't charge us. They're just going to kind of go about their business, eating all this vegetation that you have here in the lake. Right now they aren't too startled. Let's just kind of move up alongside of them.
As a natural defense, especially when in water, moose will often flee if they sense any potential danger. And while it wasn't our intention to disrupt them from feeding, they decided we had gotten close enough, and they trotted up and out of the water.
I just want to keep a safe distance. At any point in time, that male could turn around to protect the female. You see he's kind of staying in the back, letting her go first. That is either a juvenile male or one that's recently shed. You can see he's got the smaller antlers, still velvet on the antlers. That's pretty cool to see. You see they're actually touching shore now. You can see the back of the moose breaching there. Look at how big they are. They dwarf horses. Wow, are you able to get a tight shot?
Pretty tight. Oh
okay.
Man.
Wow, look at him go. Woo! That is incredible. Look at the strength of that animal. Boom, just like that, off into the reeds. Well, how awesome was that? Seeing moose swimming right through our backyards. I'm Coyote Peterson. Be brave. Stay wild. We'll see you on the next location. Man, that was the coolest thing that's happened this whole trip.
Being within 100 yards, we got the best shots we could, and with the rain steadily falling, we decided it was time to head back toward the cabin. The moose waited for us to get near shore, and then happily returned to the water, where they continued their feast of water plants.
So what you want to do is make friends with her. It's very important.
And who is her?
Her, she's Karen the moose. She's an orphan.
A moose?
Moose, yeah, she's an orphan. Mother was killed along the Haines Highway, and the state called me and said, do you want to take her? She's got a 4-acre swamp.
Okay.
She came up here. I can hear her over there. So I've got these carrots, and I'm going to open a door, and then you just offer her a carrot, and stuff it in her mouth, and then you should kiss her on the nose. This is very important. If she's not kissed, she'll feel like you don't like her, that she's not attractive, etc.
You're asking me to kiss a moose?
Yes.
Is this a baby moose?
No, this is not a baby moose.
This is a moose. Like.
Well, she's 4 years old, you see.
Ooh, that's not a baby moose.
She's still growing.
Okay, well, let's go kiss a moose.
Let's take a look. Well, maybe. I don't know. You gotta follow me because she'll think something's wrong.
Okay.
Here she is.
While on location in Alaska, we had the wonderful pleasure of spending several days working at Steve Kroshel's Wildlife Sanctuary, where we got up close with many different species, including mink, red fox, and of course, the highly anticipated wolverine. Steve has the incredible talent of being able to speak with animals, and for several days, he mentored me as I prepared to work with them. However, there is no preparation in the world for kissing a 400-pound moose, and before we knew it, the crew and I were face to face with Karen.
I'm gonna give you this carrot. I split them up here because I got a few, and I'm gonna open this door and just stand right here, and then hopefully she'll take it.
Wow.
Shove it in the mouth, shove it in the mouth, shove it in the mouth. Kiss her, kiss her, kiss her. You gotta kiss her on the nose. All right, try it again. Kiss. See, now I'm talking to her. Now, it's not exactly a juicer. You got to go a little bit slower.
Oh, I see that.
Here, try one this way. She likes it. Don't let her pull your teeth out, though.
Out of my mouth?
Yeah, she'll pull your teeth out if you got it. When she gets a little bit. There you go. That's perfect. Do it again.
That is nose to nose with
Get in there. Get in there. Her neck is only so long.
Oh, I got moose slobber all over my
That's all right.
lip.
It's all organic.
You guys got to try this. Can the crew try this?
I don't know, but got to get closer. One more. There. Then we got to try that again.
Oh, I got moose slobber.
More carrots, all
over
organic.
my face. Oh. You guys want to know what moose slobber tastes like? Oh, it's salty. Whew, I've never kissed
Do it again.
an animal this many times in a row, that's for sure, right?
This many carrots.
Mwah.
That's a face plant.
All right. I think Mario, you're up, dude.
Me?
Yeah, man, you're first.
Go for it.
All right, I'll do it.
All right, here,
All
you
right.
give me the camera.
Here, let's switch.
Okay.
I'll take Mario's.
Mark.
Musical cameras. Here we go.
So what do I do?
Are you ready? Here, put it in your mouth. But don't let her pull your teeth out.
Okay.
If she starts tugging on, let go. That's it.
What was that?
Do it again, do it again.
Okay.
She loves it. She loves her eyes. She's so happy.
Oh.
Jaws, come on. Jaws.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. You ready?
Don't let her pull your teeth out. Let go.
Dude, you're too tall.
You are as tall as a moose. There you go. One more. One more.
All right, Mark. Come on, dude, put down the camera. Give the camera to Mario.
I'm the camera guy.
No, let's do
Steve, he can do it, right?
Well, sure.
Oh, Steve, you're supposed to say we're done.
We got a couple
You're
of
supposed to
carrots.
say we're done.
We're done. We
She's
are.
got good breath. She's got good breath. Don't worry. Come on.
All right.
Can I do one more?
All right. Yeah, sure.
Just with
Go ahead.
Ready?
Get ready.
So what do I do?
Put it in your mouth and hold on to it and let her pull it out of your
be
mouth. But
careful,
don't let her
Mark.
take your teeth.
All right.
People with dentures sometimes lose them here. Here we go. Hold on. Hold on.
I like that look on you. You look like a
She's
snowman.
chewing it. Jeez. That's a lot of carrots, man.
What is that like?
I nuzzled a moose.
All right.
All right. Kissing a moose.
Yeah, I
You
love
guys
kissing
hang
moose.
out. I'll stay on this. I'm going to give her a
maybe
branch
kiss
so
the
she
moose.
knows the routine here.
Okay.
Come with me over here.
Bye, Karen.
Bye, Karen.
Bye, Karen. Wow. Well, my face is covered in moose slobber right now, and if there was one thing when I got to Alaska that I didn't think I was going to do, it was going to be kissing a moose. Steve, thank you for providing me with such an incredible experience. Kissing a moose.
Oh, I've got to hug you. You're
Oh,
like
give me a
family now.
hug. Oh, that was so awesome. I'm Coyote Peterson. Be brave. Stay wild. We'll see you on the next location.
While in Alaska, we did see moose in the wild, and to be within 100 yards of them was incredible. However, I have to admit, kissing a moose was by far the coolest moose encounter the crew and I could have ever had. If you love animals, make sure to search for the Brave Wilderness channel on YouTube so you can join me and the crew on our next big adventure.